I'ma tell you how I got money in the bank. Stick to cooking, sunshine. You're not a singer. Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunshine in the Kitchen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today on the menu I have a veggie and chicken stir fry. It's going to be tons of bell peppers, snow peas, chicken, and a couple other yummy ingredients all tossed together to make one delicious meal. In the description down below I'm going to list the recipe and the measurements that I'm going to be using, and it's going to be a little bit more of the details of this whole thing. But as far as this video, I'm just going to show you how to throw all those great ingredients together and how to assemble this dish. Alrighty, let's get to it. So here I have all of my vegetables and chicken that I'm using for the dish. I have one 6-ounce container of snow peas. I used about 7 mushrooms and I just gave those a nice little slice. I used a quarter of a white onion and I did that in almost a mince. And I used 3/4 of one green bell pepper, an orange, a red, and a yellow. And I also just did those in some nice bite-sized slices. And I love zucchini, so I used 2 full zucchinis for this recipe. And I used almost 2 full chicken breasts, boneless, skinless. I felt like 2 might have been too overpowering of the rest of the vegetables. So I used almost 2 and a little bit more than 1.5. And I did those in some nice little bite-sized pieces. Okay, so right here I have my pan, and to the pan I'm going to be adding just a small drizzle of olive oil and a small drizzle of sesame oil. I'd say about 1/2 tablespoon of each. And for the sesame oil, a little does go a long way, so I would say about 1/2 tablespoon with this. The smell of sesame oil is just so toasty and so nice. Oh, I just love it. It just brings such a nice flavor to the chicken and to the vegetables that you cook it in. And to the pan, I'm going to be adding all of my chicken first. And we're just going to let this cook on medium heat for about 4 minutes on one side, 4 minutes on the other side. You're also going to want to salt your chicken to give it some flavor. You're also going to add some garlic salt, just a small sprinkle. And some black pepper. Oh my goodness, the sesame oil smells so good. Wow. So I moved my chicken to the back burner, and right here I have a stir fry pan. You can use any pan though, any pan would work just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my flame also to a medium-high heat, and I'm going to add the same amount of oil to this pan, about 1/2 tablespoon of olive oil and 1/2 tablespoon of the sesame oil. First thing I'm going to be adding to the pan is my bell peppers. I like my bell peppers to get about a 2-minute head start opposed to the rest of the vegetables because they are a little bit tougher and they take a little bit longer to cook. So I like to give them a 2-minute head start, then I will be adding the rest of my vegetables. I also like to add the onions while I add the bell peppers. Now those are all completely coated with the oil, and my chicken looks like it's about ready to flip, so I'm just going to flip all of my chicken over. So now that my bell peppers have been cooking for about 2 minutes, now I'm going to add all of my zucchini. And you're just going to stir in the zucchini so that they also get coated with all of the sesame oil. And I'm also going to be adding all of my mushrooms. If only you could smell what I'm smelling. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover it with the lid and let this cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. The last ingredient that I will be adding to this is my snow peas. Those cook the fastest and I don't want them to overcook, so I'm going to be adding those vegetables at the very end. Also, don't forget to season your veggies. I'm just going to be adding some salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic salt. Also, when you add your lid, you want to make sure that you turn your heat down to low so that you give it a chance to steam and it won't burn all of the vegetables. Alrighty, so my vegetables have been cooking for about 4 minutes. Now I'm going to be adding all of my snow peas. Now we're going to put the lid back on and let that steam for about another 4 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 4 minutes. My vegetables are all the way cooked through. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to add my chicken to the vegetables. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And I'm just going to drizzle that all over. So 1 tablespoon. The next ingredient that I'm going to be using is baste and glaze. You guys, if you have never tried baste and glaze, I suggest you go buy a bottle right now. You can use this for so many different recipes. Veggie stir fries, chicken stir fries, beef teriyaki bowls. The list goes on and on for how many things you can use this glaze on. But this is one of my recipes that I love. A big drizzle of baste and glaze all over it. So I'm just going to give it a generous amount. I'm going to mix that all together and see if it needs any more. It looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to turn my flame off. Serve this over some white rice and 1 final drizzle as baste and glaze. You use it basically like teriyaki sauce. So I'm just going to give it a drizzle of the teriyaki sauce. And that's going to be my dinner. So here it is, everybody. You can see the chicken, snow peas, all my bell peppers and zucchini. And there's some mushrooms right there. And I have that laying right next to some white sticky rice. I'm just going to give it 1 more drizzle of the baste and glaze. Beautiful. And dinner is served. I also made some potato wedges on the side just because I've been craving some potato french fry wedges. So I made those and I'm going to have that with some ketchup. And that's my dinner. And now for the taste test. Ooh, this looks so good. Cheers. This is really, really, really good, guys. You guys really have to try this recipe. It's not a lot of work. It's just chopping up a bunch of different delicious vegetables and pairing them up together with some really good ingredients. And it just makes the best chicken and vegetable stir fry ever. You have to try this. Today I'm having my dinner with some lemonade. I also want to try one of my potato wedges. These are phenomenal as well. These are so good. Comment down below if you want to see a recipe video on how I make my potato wedges. They are just to die for. Well, thank you so much for tuning back in, guys. As always, it's a pleasure showing you my recipes and cooking for you. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Well, until next time, God bless from my kitchen to yours. Cheers!